All right, we will get started with Aaron. Who's got the first question?
Hello.
Start with Meredith to your right, Aaron.
Aaron, we saw Jamison Tyone in this series out of the pen. It's been quite some time since he has started. Just how far would you push him, and how aggressive will you be with your pen, knowing what's at stake?
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely give us length, but I would probably be fairly aggressive with everyone we have down there today, just depending on, how the game's going, how he's doing, score leverage, all those kind of things. So we'll be aggressive, but he certainly feel like he could give us length.
What do you like about Tyone in this situation, win or go home?
I just feel like he's going to handle the situation, mentally, emotionally, all those things. He's such a pro. He's pitched, I feel like a handful of really big games for us over the last couple of years. Maybe a game within the season that felt like a big game at the time, or we needed a long start, and he's always kind of been there and been that rock for us. He's had a really good year on balance. Feel like he was throwing the ball really well down the stretch for us, and just feel a lot of comfort in handing him the ball.
Other questions for Aaron? Lindsay?
Aaron, do you have a read on the weather situation for tonight?
I'm scheduled to be on a call in about 25 minutes. I've heard not great. So we'll see.
Other questions? Get you the microphone here.
Aaron, obviously playing against elimination, for 2 nights in a row now, but tonight with a chance to also eliminate the opponent. Is there a different mentality going into a winner-take-all as opposed to just an elimination game?
Oh, I don't think so. We're trying to put our best foot forward. This is the playoffs, Obviously there's certain games within a series that, take on that a little bit more meaning, but every game in the postseason is, man, let's, everything matters. And, I don't think anything changes for us today other than get to be at home. We're in our stadium. Hopefully that serves us well. And, hopefully we go out and play the way we're capable of.
The second row on your left.
Given Garrett Cole's performance last night, would you be hesitant to use him at all today if you needed him?
Yeah, I'd be hesitant. Yeah. He's already told me he's available. So, but, yeah, I mean, I'd probably be a little hesitant to use him, but you never know where the day takes you.
Ron, we'll get you the microphone.
As the playoffs keep expanding every 10, 15 years or so, is it harder for the teams that are more excellent during the season to maintain that through October and get to a title?
Well, I think by definition, just adding more teams to the mix makes it more difficult of a road, especially in baseball where, probably a little bit more so than other sports. Kind of any team can win on a given day. So, but that said, I with this new format, I like the fact that, it's tried to put a premium on the teams that really excelled over the course of the 162. So, they've tried to at least create a little advantage there. But, our job is to get ready to try and win a ball game tonight and win a series, and that's where our focus is, and not what it means, and how you got here at this point doesn't really matter.
The back center.
Aaron, what have you seen in Judge's at-bats or just what he's doing at the plate that may or may not be different from the regular season where he had such a high batting average?
I feel like, they've pitched him tough this series. I feel like the last 2 games in Cleveland, he started to get really close to being really locked in like we saw him most of the season. Obviously had a big home run for us the other day. Got a base hit yesterday. I thought was more on time with some pitches the last couple of days. And I think, as it excuse me, oftentimes is with hitters, a timing thing, and I feel like his timing is starting to get close to where he's locked in.
I think, where are we? Andy up front.
I know it's not up to you to a manager whether you play tonight, but does playing through rainy conditions is your opinion on whether that's a good idea change in the postseason because every play could matter? You wouldn't want a slippery ball.
Yeah, I don't know if it changes now, even in the regular season. I don't necessarily love that. I don't want to, do that. But yeah, I don't want to. If weather's an issue, like I don't want to be powering through that necessarily.
Randy in the third row.
How is DJ LeMahieu doing? If you advance, is there a better chance that he would be activated for the next series?
We'll see. I mean, that's, we'll get through tonight and have those conversations. He's doing all right.
The fifth row on your right.
Hey, Aaron. Sorry, right here. Carpenter's gotten one at bat in the series. Just was there thought to either getting him in the outfield or Stanton in the outfield tonight so that you can get Carpenter's bat in the lineup?
No, not tonight. Not now in the next series that could come into play if we get there. I would consider maybe G if the next couple days go well. A left field scenario or something. But no, I wouldn't throw them in left field, for example, here right now when they haven't been out there yet. So for me, that wasn't a consideration tonight.
Could Carpenter play the outfield in an emergency or no?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think if we got in a situation, I could put him at first or somewhere in the outfield. Yeah.
Joel standing to your right.
Aaron, can you explain the mechanism for a decision tonight? Like, do you or the Yankees have a vote? Are you told if you're playing or not? Do the networks tell you if you're playing or not? How does tonight go, essentially?
I know I'll probably be on a Zoom call with the league and with Cleveland representatives from us, and they'll kind of probably walk through what the latest forecast is and the couple of different experts they'll have on to talk through that. This is what we're looking at. I think everyone kind of has a say, but ultimately it's an MLB decision.
And in the center on the left, Dave.
Aaron, your franchise, no team has more expectations on it than the Yankees do.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this time of year, is the weight of expectations a real thing mentally? I mean, do you think teams can struggle with that? We've seen two very high-profile teams already get knocked out with expectations. Is that something that guys can individually cope with?
Yeah, I think that's all part of being a major league athlete, or an athlete in general. There's pressures that come with to varying degrees wherever you may be. And, you got to be able to handle those things and deal with those things. And oftentimes it's something that can fuel you in a good way. Sometimes it can get in your way a little bit. But I mean, that's part of thriving, as a major league athlete on the biggest stage in the most pressure-packed moments. That can oftentimes be a separator. It's not all just physical. There's mental, emotional, how you deal with adversity and things like that. All important things and real things, and hopefully we handle those well.
The two last ones, Ian and then Barry.
You obviously played in a famous elimination game in the old stadium. I'm wondering, but as a player, you're pretty much responsible for yourself. As a manager, you're responsible for everyone. So how is the feeling different before a sudden death game as a manager, and is the pressure that much greater than it is as a player competing in that game?
I don't know. I think they're similar. You get to this time of year, you're playing for, there's a ton on the line, and you're playing for it, and hopefully, you find that awesome. And I think our guys do realize that that's a great opportunity. With that comes some nerves and things you got to deal with. But again, that's part of playing at this time of year. But I think for the most part, you relish in that opportunity, to go out there and do something special.
We'll take a last question from Barry up front.
Just two quick ones. Following up on Judge, did your decision and what went into the decision to move him down a notch in the order? And do you think that contributed to
the
him
homer?
feeling better and, at getting more of himself in the lineup?
I think it led to him hitting the homer. No. I just wanted to flip it up a little bit. I felt like part of it, I feel like we're a little more whole as a group than we were 2 and 3 weeks ago, or certainly a month, 6 weeks ago, when I felt like there was the real necessity to put him up there. With no DJ, with no Benintendi, we don't really have that prototypical leadoff hitter. I think Judge is the closest thing to it, just because he gets on base at such a high clip, and you want your best hitters getting up there. So it's just something I kind of felt in the moment, slept on, and felt like I wanted to flip it up a little bit. At that time, I only had 2 lefties in my lineup, so it bumped Rizzo down. Kind of kept the lefties in that 3-7 kind of, not just wanting to give easy strings of right. Trying to have a little bit of balance. Today and yesterday, I got 3 lefties in there, so you guys hear me talk about balance all the time. I kind of get obsessed with that a little bit, especially against certain opponents. So, more of that than anything.
But do you think it had a residue effect on him?
No, I don't. No.
And then finally, what's the alternative if you guys can't play tonight with the Wednesday game in Houston? Is it
Tomorrow?
A game tomorrow, or is that what it be like the last time?
I'm sure we'll walk through all those things. I'm sure anything's on the table, but tomorrow would be it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Aaron. Appreciate it.